Pause 2s there are strange things on the internet. Pause 2s forgotten pages, old forums, dead links that lead nowhere. Pause 3s most of them are harmless. Pause 3s just fragments of conversations from years ago. Pause 3s people arguing about movies, posting blurry photos, sharing stories that no one remembers anymore. Pause 4s but sometimes something remains. Pause 3s something that was never meant to stay online. Pause 4s a few years ago, on a small discussion forum that barely anyone used, a user posted a screenshot. Pause 4s it looked ordinary. Pause 3s just a block of text on a dark background. Pause 3s no images, no symbols, no strange formatting. Pause 3s just words. Pause 4s the caption above the image said only one thing. Pause 3s I think this text is changing. Pause 4s at first nobody paid attention. Pause 3s the forum was small. Pause 3s only a handful of people visited it every day. Pause 3 seconds most assumed it was just another attempt at starting a creepy thread. Pause 4s something meant to get reactions. Pause 3s but curiosity is powerful. Pause 3s and eventually someone opened the image. Pause 4s at first it looked completely normal. Pause 3s the first line said, Pause 3s thank you for reading this message. Pause 3s the second line said, Pause 3s you probably found this by accident. Pause 2s nothing unusual. Pause 2s just a message. Pause 4s but the third line was slightly different. Pause 4s it said, I know what time it is where you are. Pause 4s most readers laughed. Pause 3s it sounded like something from a typical horror story. Pause 3s predictable, easy to ignore. Pause 3s but then the next line appeared. Pause 4s you are reading this alone. Pause 5s and strangely enough, most people were. Pause 4s late at night. Pause 3s in their room. Pause 3s in front of a glowing screen. Pause 4s that was the moment the comments started appearing under the post. Pause 3 seconds. Some users said it was a clever trick. Pause 3s others said the text felt strange. Pause 4s not scary, just strange. Pause 4s because the longer they stared at it, the more personal it felt. Pause 4s the next line said, Pause 3s your room is quiet right now. Pause 5s and suddenly, many readers noticed something they hadn't before. Pause 4s the silence. Pause 4s the quiet hum of their computer. Pause 3s the faint sound of wind outside the window. Pause 4s a distant noise somewhere in the building. Pause 4s the text continued. Pause 4s you didn't notice the silence until now. Pause 5s at this point, more people started refreshing the page. Pause 4s some claimed the screenshot looked different. Pause 4s others said new lines had appeared. Pause 4s lines they were sure weren't there before. Pause 4s one user even posted a new screenshot. Pause 4s the bottom of the text had changed. Pause 4s there was a sentence that hadn't existed before. Pause 5s it said, Pause 4s you just leaned closer to the screen. Pause 5s and for a moment, everyone reading the thread froze. Pause 4s because many of them had. Pause 4s without realizing it. Pause 4s someone replied with a nervous joke. Pause 3s another user said it was probably edited. Pause 4s but then something else happened. Pause 4s the original poster wrote a new comment. Pause 4s just 3 words. Pause 4s it changed again. Pause 5s people opened the screenshot. Pause 4s and they saw the new line. Pause 5s it said, Pause 4s you think this is a story. Pause 4s but it isn't. Pause 5s you're part of it. Pause 6s at that point, some readers stopped. Pause 4s closed the thread. pause for seconds, turned off their screens. Pause 4s, but many didn't. Pause 4s curiosity is stronger than fear. Pause 4s and they kept reading. Pause 5s the next line was short. Pause 4s very short. Pause 4s it said. Pause 4s don't look behind you. Pause 6s for a moment. Nobody moved. Pause for s the words just sat there. Pause for s silent. Pause 4s waiting. Pause 5s then someone in the comments wrote, pause 4s, I hate that. I want to check. Pause 5s another replied. Pause 3s don't. Pause 4s but eventually, almost everyone did. Pause 6s they turned their heads. Pause 4s looked behind them. Pause 4s at the door. Pause 4s at the dark hallway. Pause 4s at the empty room. Pause 5s nothing was there. Pause 4s just silence. Pause for s just darkness. Pause 5s but when they looked back at the screen, the text had changed again. Pause 5s a new line had appeared. Pause 5s it said. Pause 4s good. Pause 4s you listened. Pause 5s and below it, another line appeared. Pause 5s most people don't. Pause 6s that was the moment the thread became unsettling. Pause 5s some users began to feel like the text was responding. Pause 4s not quickly, not instantly, but slowly. Pause 4s as if it was waiting. Pause 5s one user claimed the text had addressed them directly. Pause 5s they said a new line appeared after they refreshed the page. Pause 5s the line said. Pause 5s you're still here. Pause 5s and below it, another sentence. Pause 5s curiosity is stronger than fear. Pause 6s the user left the thread after that. Pause 4s they never posted again. Pause 5s a few hours later, the original post disappeared. Pause 5s deleted, or so it seemed. Pause 4s because screenshots of the text still exist. Pause 5 seconds. People saved them, shared, reposted them on other forums. Pause 5s and something strange started happening. Pause 5s different screenshots showed different endings. Pause 6s in some versions, the text stopped after the line, you listened. Pause 5s but in others, there was something more. Pause 5s a final paragraph. Pause 6s one that many people say wasn't there originally. Pause 6s it reads. Pause 5s if you made it this far. Pause 5s you're exactly the kind of person this message was waiting for. Pause 6s and now. Pause 5s there's one last thing. Pause 6s the final line appears slowly. Pause 6 seconds, almost like it's being written. Pause 6s it says. Pause 5s you should stop reading now. Pause 7s because the longer you read this text. Pause 6s the more it learns about you. Pause 8s and the strangest part of all. Pause 6s is that you're still reading. Pause 8 seconds.